जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय रे यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radha Shama Sundara, Radha Shama Sundara Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribal. Gaur Premanande Hari. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajacharya Stodas Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajacharya Stodas Divine Grace Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Go Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की द्वारका धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की गंगा माई जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द समल डिवोटीज, all glories to the Sammal Devotees, all glories to the Sammal Devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad-Gita as it is. We are on the 6th chapter entitled Dhyana Yoga. and we are on the text 27. praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam
praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam
praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam
śānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam praśānta-manasaṁ hi enam yoginam sukham uttamam upaiti śānta-rajasam brahma-bhūtam akalmaṣam. Praśānta, peaceful, fixed on the lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa. Manasam, whose mind? He, certainly. Enam, this. Yoginam, yogi. Sukham, happiness. Uttamam, the highest. Upaiti, attains. śānta-rajasam, his passion pacified. Brahma-bhūtam, liberation by identification with the Absolute. Akalmaṣam, freed from all past sinful reactions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past states. Purport. Brahma-bhūta is the state of being free from material contamination and situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. Mada bhaktim labate param. Bhagavad-Gita 18.54. One cannot remain in the quality of Brahman, the Absolute, until one's mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. Savai mana Kṛṣṇa Padaravindyo, to be always engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, or to remain in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, is to be factually liberated from the mode of passion and all material contamination. Om Ajnanatamandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshorunmilidam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamascha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So I would like to welcome all of you for this evening Bhagavad-Gita. We are on chapter 6 and we are going to speak on the verse 27. So this chapter talks about Dhyana Yoga, right? There are different types of yogas as mentioned in Bhagavad-Gita, Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti-yoga. So we are right now on chapter 6 which talks about Dhyana Yoga. What is Dhyana Yoga? Dhyana Yoga is practice of yoga, right? Yogis in those days, they used to practice Dhyana Yoga, like focusing the mind on the Lord and then they used to meditate. This used to be like those days, people like the saintly persons the Rishi Munis, they used to practice Dhyana Yoga. So the whole purpose, what is the purpose of yoga? What is yoga all about? I mean, in the sense we have different kinds of yoga, but basic purpose, the root, if you see the root, we basically do anything. So basically what is the goal of life? So what is the goal of life? Why we do different activities in life? Because we want to be happy, right? We serve someone because we get some happiness. If we don't get happiness, we don't serve. So it's simple. So the goal of life is to be happy. No one is going to go to the Lord and pray that, Lord, please give me, I'm very happy, give me some, I want to be unhappy, give me some situation where I can get unhappy. The situation comes by force, but the goal of life is to be happy. In whatever activities we do, the goal of the life is to be happy, whether we chant or whether we dance, whether we sing, because we sing in a very happy mood. We want to be always happy. That is what a human being is for. That is basically life is for, to be always happy. But our happiness, so we'll come in this verse in later on. Our happiness is basically, what is the challenge with us is, we are very self-centered. Whatever happiness we want, it's like me, mine, or society, or it's all expansion of our, in the sense, expansion of relation, expansion of body, whatever it is, my son, my daughter, my wife, my mother, my father, my friend, my teacher. So we try to get happiness from all these people, and basically we are very self-centered, because if we are happy, most of the time we are not really concerned about whether others are happy or not. If I am happy, I feel the whole world is happy. It happens, right? Sometimes when you are very morose, you feel the time is not moving, or the time is very slow, and you feel this world is, why Kṛṣṇa created this world, why there are dualities. So many questions come in our mind. But when we are very happy, we feel the sun is shining, everything is so nice. So because basically we are self-centered, right? Now, in the material world, happiness is all about body and bodily relationship, right? Now, as devotee, or if you want to be happy, right? What is the basic formula? Basically, like, let's say you are not a devotee, now somehow you are into the Kṛṣṇa consciousness, now you know about Kṛṣṇa, you know Bhagavad-Gita, you know Bhagavatam, you have few devotee friends, right? Now first and foremost, if you want to be spiritually very happy, right? I'm not talking about materially, spiritually very happy. So there are some basic two formulas. Basically we have to know two things, which is very, very important, right? What is the first thing? First thing is, who are we? We have to know ourselves. Who are we? Why are we here? What is the purpose? So if I ask you, who are we? Who are we? Who are we? We are all what? We are all part and parcel of the Supreme. We are a part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. That is very, very important to understand. Once we understand that we are part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa, then the whole dynamics changes. Okay? So first and foremost, we need to know who are we, who we are, and how to be happy. How do we happy? Basically, what is the nature of a soul, which is very active? An active body. What is the nature of an active body? It's what it does. It always does some other kind of service, right? So either it will serve its body, or it will serve the nation, serve the friend. It's to serve someone. If we don't have anyone to serve, basically we have seen people have dogs, cats, but they want to serve someone. Because the nature is when we serve someone, we get some happiness. It's very simple, Basically, that is what the existence is all about in the material world. So if you see, especially Western countries or nowadays even in India, when they don't have anyone to serve, they will buy expensive dogs, cats, and they will buy all kinds of foods for the dogs, and they will maintain a timetable, a schedule for the dog when the dog has to go out, to evacuate, and so many things, Basically, why? Because we want to serve the dog. Because when we serve the dog, we don't know whether the dog gets some happiness or not, but ultimately we get some happiness by doing some service, right? That is what the whole idea is. So basically, we see a family life, my husband, wife, kids. What is the duty of a husband? What does the husband do? What is the role of an husband? Is to earn, right? If he's a grahastha, he has to earn money for the kids, for the wife, to maintain the family, to pay the rent, to pay the tuition fees, college fees, whatnot. So many expenses are there. Then he goes in the early morning, especially someone who's from Mumbai has an experience that they have to travel early morning in the crowded train. And it's like in Mumbai, the trains are always crowded. So you have to travel in the crowded train for 2 hours, go to the office, whether you like the boss or you don't like the boss, you have to still work for whatever 8 hours, 10 hours, carry your tiffin box, have your lunch, and then come back home, and end of the day spend some time with your family. It's very difficult. It's not that easy, especially someone who's working in Mumbai and traveling. It's not easy, right? They hardly get some time for the spiritual activity. Whatever time they get is in the morning and in the late night, or most of the chanting they do in the train because they don't have time even for chanting, right? So end of the day, the husband comes, what end of the month he gets money, and he spends that money on the family, and they feel this is life, and family is very happy, and the days goes on, and then sometimes when he needs more money, he has to work some extra time, and the expenses are always on the higher side, right? So anyone who's a grahastha always knows that it's not easy to meet both the ends. It's very difficult. But the whole idea in a family is me and mine, right? But after some time, when he retires, and when the family doesn't actually respect him, he feels, I spent so much time, so much years of my life working for the family, but what I got in return is nothing, right? This realization is there. Or especially if you see the old people nowadays, especially people who are in Vrindavan, they are here come with some purpose. They are surrendered, they come for all the morning programs. They are happy spending their time with the Lordship, with the devotees, in association of devotees. But especially someone who is from city, they don't know what to do in the retired life. They wake up in the morning, they go for a walk, they don't want to be in the house, they want to be always spend some time with their friends, somehow chit chat and somehow spend the time. And you also will hear most of the cases where the children don't want to keep their old parents. And what does the parents do? They go to the old age home, right? So this is what is, in short, life is all about. But this is not with everyone. Some people who have a very good family, who are all spiritually oriented, so their life may be different. I'm talking about in general, how people are outside. So even if either it is satisfaction means some kind of satisfaction, or there is no satisfaction, or the satisfaction is only temporary in nature. So whatever satisfaction we get is very temporary in nature. We may get some satisfaction today, and tomorrow some new things will come up and we may not be that satisfied. So this cycle goes on, satisfaction, no satisfaction. This cycle will always keep repeating. So because the thing is we are trying to serve the senses. Because when we try to serve the senses, we will always get temporary satisfaction. Now, what is the formula? Now, instead of serving, see, the thing is, when we talk about service, when we try to serve Kṛṣṇa, so why we get happiness is the reason is because since what is the job of a let's say there is a nut bolt which has been disconnected from a big machine, right? So what is the job of that nut bolt? Is to be fixed back to the machine. So as soon as the nut bolt is back onto the machine, the nut bolt on its own has no value. As soon as it gets connected or as soon as it's been fixed in a running machine or you take any gadget, so its activity, it's complete. So his activity is to be part and parcel of that machine. Similarly, by nature or by birth or whatever it is, from time immemorial, we are all part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. So if you try to derive happiness without being Kṛṣṇa in the center, we will always be frustrated. That's for sure, right? And so the formula is serving Kṛṣṇa. The reason is, one is we are part and parcel, and the nature of the soul is to serve. But we don't know whom to serve. So we try to serve everyone, and in the end we get frustrated, and then we turn towards Kṛṣṇa, and then once we get connected, we start deriving some kind of happiness, right? That's ultimate, but since we are still conditioned, by the time we try to understand him in complete sense, brahma-bhūta prasanatma, that's what's written, brahma-bhūta prasanatma, na sochati na kangasti, sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktin labhati param. Brahma-bhūta prasanatma, a person who is brahma-bhūta, okay, for him it doesn't make any difference, brahma-bhūta prasanatma, na sochati na kangasti, he doesn't hanker for anything. He doesn't lament for whatever thing he has lost. He knows that he is not this body. He got this birth, he got this body because of whatever activities he has done. But this whole life is meant to serve the Supreme, right? So serving Kṛṣṇa, that is because we are part and parcel, and rendering service to the Kṛṣṇa. These are two important aspects. Now if you see, sometimes when we try to serve, let's say you try to serve your boss who is very hard-hearted. Okay, let's say you have a boss or someone who is very hard-hearted. So, but you try to serve him the best. He may not like you initially, but when you start serving him over a period of time, what happens? Slowly his nature changes. You might have seen that, right? Especially when you have a tough boss, or when you have a friend who is not very cooperative, or a wife who is not very cooperative, whatever it is, There's several examples we can give. But the thing is, when you start serving, initially, even though they are very hard-hearted, over a period of time, by genuinely serving them with full heart, and with, what happens is that hard-hearted person, he becomes soft-hearted. You have seen this, right? Practically it's possible. And we have seen this. What in case of Kṛṣṇa? Kṛṣṇa is already very soft-hearted. Kṛṣṇa is very soft-hearted. He's not hard-hearted. He's soft-hearted. So when we try to render even a small service to Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa is very pleased. What happens? Kṛṣṇa is very pleased. And when we compare this with a materialist person in the world, when we try to serve him, and he might get pleased temporarily, and the next moment he may be very much not pleasant. He may have a very unpleasant experience the next moment, or he may show his anger towards us, or he may dislike us. But that is not the case with Kṛṣṇa, right? So with Kṛṣṇa, since he is very soft-hearted, even rendering some service, genuine service with full love, with our heart, Kṛṣṇa gets pleased very much, right? So in Bhagavad-Gita 9.26, what does Kṛṣṇa says? Patram pushpam phalam thoyam yome bhakta prayaschati. Kṛṣṇa doesn't say, oh, give me this, give me that. What is he asking for? He's asking for patram, right? Leaf or some flowers, some fruits, or water. Even if it cannot give any of these things, just water, that itself is good. But what is a very important ingredient in this? When you serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you may offer him nice burfi, nice halwa, anything, whatever you like. The eateries, you can offer Kṛṣṇa. There is no problem. Kṛṣṇa will accept. What is the very important key factor? What is the important factor in service is love. Until unless you don't offer Kṛṣṇa something with love, Kṛṣṇa is not going to accept it. Kṛṣṇa doesn't want anything from us. He's not hungry, and he doesn't want our money. He doesn't want. But he says, yes, if you want to give me something out of love, Kṛṣṇa accepts it very gracefully. So what is very important is the love. Sometimes it is also possible, we have seen, that you might have read some stories, like where some people are not able to offer anything to the Lord because of whatever reasons, maybe because of their health, or maybe because they are very poor, whatever it is, In NOD, there is a very classic example. There was this one Brahmana, for some reason he was not able to render service physically, but the point I am coming to say is you can also render service to Kṛṣṇa in mind. That is also possible. So this Brahmana was, he wanted to render some service to the Lord. So he was serving the Lord in his mind, right? So he was like thinking he was in the the bank of the Ganges. He's cleaning the utensils. He has a fresh vegetables, flowers, fruits. He's chopping up the vegetables, making the flowers ready. So many things he's imagining. He's trying to cook the Chappan book for the Lord. All those things, he doesn't have anything. He's thinking about all those things in his mind. But he has a lot of love for the Lord. So he's just thinking about all those things, and he's making all these preparations. And in the process, he also makes hot kheer. So when we offer something to the Lord, especially something which is very hot, so first of all, we cannot offer anything which is very hot. So he wanted to just check, this kheer is so hot, how can I offer? So let me just touch and see whether I can offer this to the Lord, how hot it is. He wanted to just bring that to room temperature. So he put his finger, and in that process, he shouts. Why? Because his finger got burnt. You getting what I'm saying? His fingers got burnt. What is he doing? He's not physically doing any, he's not actually making any bhoga, offering it to the Lord. He's doing all these things mentally, but with faith, with love. Sometimes we also get, sometimes, we also get some dreams like this, or we have read in the past so many stories in Kṛṣṇa book or in Bhagavatam, where the Rishi Munis, they offer, things to Kṛṣṇa in the mind, and Kṛṣṇa accepts it. So as soon as his finger is burned, in Vaikuntha, Vishnu starts laughing, and Lakshmi is very confused. Why is Vishnu laughing? So Vishnu is saying, see, this is my pure devotee. He's offered something to me in his mind, and in this process, his finger got burned. So Lakshmi is also very confused. So Vishnu says to Vishnu Dutas, now he is a very pure devotee, go and please bring him back to my abode. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to emphasize here is, sometimes we feel, we offer Kṛṣṇa this, that, especially when we try to make bhoga in our house, not necessarily everyone cooks it out of love. Sometimes it becomes an obligation also, that कल 56 भोग है, मेरे को बोला है 10 आइटम बनाने के लिए, तो मुझे तो बनाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, तो I'll make it. I'll try and make it. But if you don't make it out of love, Kṛṣṇa is not going to accept it. When you try to make it out of love, the preparation, because especially like think about some important personality is coming to your house, or maybe some important guest, or maybe your relatives, your brother, or maybe your father-in-law, mother-in-law, whoever, or maybe the minister of that state or important person of that society comes to your house for prasadam. So you will take so much care. Or maybe your Guru Maharaj comes to your house, right? So when your Guru Maharaj comes to your house, whatever preparations you make, he will be first class, right? He'll go to the market. You will personally go and buy vegetables. He'll go and personally buy fruits. He will buy the best quality of ghee, basmati rice, best quality of dal, because you want to ensure your Guru Maharaj is very happy. When you make the bhoga, offer it to the Lord, and when you offer it to Gurudev, and Gurudev becomes happy, what do you get? You get happiness, right? Because you derive happiness when your Guru Maharaj is happy. But the thing is, we are doing this service out of love. So it's very important factor is love. Now, what is the whole idea of Srila Prabhupada creating ISKCON, right? What is the whole idea? There are 7 purposes of ISKCON, right? And what are the main purposes? This one is, is chanting, right? We chant our rounds. One of the purposes is congregational chanting, so that people from different walks of life, different caste, creed, they all come together, they sit and they chant the holy name, they chant on their japamala and follow the 4 regulative principles. ISKCON is basically set up for this. The whole idea of setting up ISKCON, that's why Prabhupada said, I'm building these big mansions not for myself, so that people from outside world, people from outside, they can come, they can participate in our programs, they can come and attend all our morning programs, they can see the beautiful deities, they can have nice prasadam, they can do congregational chanting, they can chant their rounds. The whole idea of all these different things is because is to derive some kind of happiness. And what kind of happiness we are trying to derive? We are trying to give pleasure to the Lord. Okay, sometimes when we chant, we don't get any happiness. That's always there. Oh, I'm chanting my round, 16 round. Guru Maharaj has told I have to chant my 16 round. You don't get any pleasure. Maybe because we are in a very when we talk about you, means we are talking about general. We are in a neophyte stage. We may not get happiness, but we are committed that we will follow the 4 regulative principles. We'll chant the 16 rounds. So we chant Japamala. But when we chant, whether we get happiness or not, Kṛṣṇa is very happy. When we take Kṛṣṇa's name, when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when we chant, what are we actually saying? We are saying Hare, Krishna and Ram. So we are requesting them to engage us in their service. So when we engage ourselves in the service, we will get some pleasure, but right now we are on a bodily platform, so we don't actually derive that pleasure, but still you can feel some kind of pleasure we are getting. But Kṛṣṇa is very happy as soon as we utter his name. So it's very important that we follow these 4 regulative principles. We sincerely chant our 16 rounds with full faith and with love. That's very, very important. So Prabhupada always gives a very nice analogy. What is the analogy Prabhupada gives? See, the analogy in the sense, the thing is, in today's world, if you see, we say that serving mankind is more important than serving God. You might have heard this. A lot of places, people generally tell ISKCON, अरे क्या तुम लोग हमेशा कृष्णा का नाम चैंट करते हो, कुछ अस्पताल बना दो, make some hospitals, do some philanthropy activity, open some, give some free hospitalization. So many things are there. Open some schools, colleges, universities, right? So many things are there. But Prabhupada never emphasized on this. Prabhupada said, yes, temple is the center and we may have our own community farm, we may feed prasadam, but what is very important is Kṛṣṇa is the center. Right? Our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada always said this, Kṛṣṇa has to be the center. Now, Prabhupada gives an analogy, because outside world thinks that just by serving the mankind, the God will be happy. But Prabhupada says, when we try to serve Kṛṣṇa, and since each and every one is part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa, when I say each and every one, I am not talking about only human beings. I am talking about even the animals, the insects, the lowest of the worms. Kṛṣṇa is present in them as Paramatma. And the best part is, when when this insect or when this human being leaves the body and he takes a next body, Krishna again accompanies him in that body as Paramatma. So Krishna loves us so much, right? So Prabhupada gives an analogy of watering the tree, right? So we have a tree, let's say there's a huge tree, and now how this tree will grow? When you try to water the roots. So no one is going to climb the tree and pour the water at the top of the tree. Rather, they will try to pour the water at the root of the tree. So what is that analogy? When we try to serve Krishna, it means we are serving the whole mankind. We are serving the devotees, we are serving the family, we are serving everyone, because each and every soul is part and parcel of Krishna, and Paramatma is always accompanying him. There is always Atma and Paramatma, right? Paramatma is witnessing all our activities, right? So it's very, very important. And one important aspect of service is which we have to keep in mind is our motive. What is our motive in doing service? We should not serve some devotees just because this devotee is very rich, or when I serve this devotee very nicely, he may give me $100 or he may give me iPhone 16 or whatnot. So the purpose is our motive should be very clear. Why are we serving? We have to render service without any expectation. Doesn't matter. Like the way Kunti served Krishna, Pandavas served Krishna. Pandavas and Kunti had to suffer so many calamities came to them. But did they stop their service to Krishna? No, they served. Because they knew our ultimate aim is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when we try to serve, we derive some happiness. So, very important aspect is motive. What is our motive when we do some service? If you see in this material world, somewhere very close to, Prabhupada says, when we talk about love, somewhere which is very close is relation between mother and a child, right? In this world, we can at least see that, a mother and a child. If you see a small child and a mother, the child is helpless, right? So who serves the child? Is the mother. So the mother is the mother. The child may wake up early in the morning at 2 o'clock or early morning 4 o'clock, or and the mother may try her best to put the child back to rest. As soon as the child is put to rest, again the child may wake up. But mother may not. Mother will not say, okay, my job is done. I need sleep now. You want to cry, you keep crying. No. What is mother doing? Mother will again pick up the child, try to somehow, ensure the child is, if the child has some difficulties, if he or she needs something, or he or she needs some feeding, whatever, or some food or something, whatever it is, the mother may take care of the child. So Prabhupada says, Srila Prabhupada says, in this world, it's very close, the relation between mother and the child. That relationship is what Krishna has with us. Krishna loves us like anything. That's why Krishna accompanies us in each and every life, because he wants us to take us, all of us, back to Godhead. Okay? He doesn't want any one of us here. Because originally we are all from part and parcel. Originally we are with him. Because of our minute independence, we had to come to this material world, and Krishna some way or the other wants us back. And he is accompanying us in each and every lifetime. Okay? So Krishna is in everyone's heart, and he wants all of us back home. So our why Krishna basically comes to this world? Now there's a question: why Krishna comes to this world? So what is the whole idea of? What do you think? Why Krishna comes to this world? Why Krishna has to come to this world? Krishna came to this world 5,000 years back, right? In which yuga? He came in which yuga? Dwapar, right? Krishna came, Krishna spoke Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna went back to his kingdom. Why Krishna comes? What is the basic purpose? Krishna coming, right? Paritrānāya sadhanam vināṣāya cha dushkritam dharma samstapnārthāya sambhavami yuga yuga. So Krishna doesn't come only to re-establish the religion or dharma, kill the miscreants, and take all the pious people back. No. One of the reasons Krishna comes is Krishna wants to serve the devotees. In Vrindavan, especially, I have heard somewhere, I don't know, I have heard in Vrindavan, Krishna serves the devotees. Krishna gets very happy when he serves the devotees. If you see Krishna Leela, Krishna served so many of his gopas and gopis and whatnot. Krishna derives a lot of pleasure, especially in Vrindavan. Krishna derives a lot of pleasure serving his devotees. So one of the reasons Krishna comes is he wants to take back all his devotees back to Godhead, back to home. Otherwise, or he sends his messenger, like, he sends the devotees. So the devotees are actually, what is the role of a devotee? They act as a recruiting agent of Krishna, because Krishna wants us back. Where he wants us back? To his kingdom. And who can take us back to kingdom? His devotees, devotee friends, seniors, our gurus, our acharyas. So Krishna sends his people, especially as a recruiting agent, and so that he can take us back, so they can take us back to Krishna, where Krishna resides. Okay? So that is the gist of this text 6.27. So basically, this month is a Gita marathon going on. So we are all lucky to be part of this movement, the Hare Krishna movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So if you see everywhere, there is the marathon going on, Bhagavad-Gita is being distributed. So this is a good time, it's a good opportunity. So if we can also serve, we can also distribute books, make more devotees, that is the best thing which we can do this month. So distributing books. So if you have not distributed, or if you are interested in distribution, you can always contact BBT, and you can also distribute some books, and you will get some special blessings. This month is very auspicious. The Gita Jayanti is coming very soon. So sincere request is, since we all know that, after reading Gita, we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and our ultimate service is to serve Krishna. But basically, there are so many people in this world, especially outsiders. They might not have known Gita. They don't know what is there in Gita. They don't know what is the purpose of Gita, why Gita was spoken. So if you can give this knowledge to others, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we have to spread the Sankirtan movement in every town and village of the world. Every town and village, not only town and village in India, but in town and village of the world. So whatever contribution we can give from our side, we should try and give that. Okay? Thank you so much. I'll stop here. If you have any questions, comments, you can please ask. Any questions? Any comments? Any feedback? So we stop? Yeah. Question?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving class. You mentioned about the relationship of a soul being part and parcel, and the comparison of serving the material world and serving Krishna. And we know that while serving Krishna, there will be some challenges.
Right.
My question is, how do we offer love to Krishna while facing these challenges? Let's say Arjuna had to fight.
Right.
Because it's not that easy.
Right. It's a good question. See, there are certain things which are destined to happen, right? Like if you see, you are talking about classic example of Arjuna, right? So, before the Battle of Kurukshetra was the ultimatum, right? Before that, though they were born in a very aristocratic family, sons of Pandu, and Arjun was not an ordinary soul. He was also his friend, very close friend of Krishna, but he also had to undergo so many sufferings. So someone may question, though he is the best friend of Krishna, why Krishna put so much suffering, or why Krishna didn't help him. So Krishna actually the thing is, when you render some service to the Lord, there may be your object is very clear. You want to serve the Lord. So while doing service, there may be many obstacles, many challenges. Okay, why it will come? I don't think so. There is any specific answer to that. But certain things are very destined to happen. It will happen. But once we know we are trying to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, over a period of time, that happiness, what we were deriving by satisfying our senses, is very temporary. But when we try to serve that Supreme, whatever obstacles we also get on that path, we really don't feel that, oh, we feel this is okay, this is like destined to happen. So we really don't care much about it. Though at that point of time, you may sometimes question yourself, am I really doing something which I'm supposed to do? Why I have to go undergo so many suffering? Why I have to get up so early in the morning, take cold bath, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, see my friends, they're enjoying life, and we both passed out together, where is he today, where I am today. But after being a devotee, and after serving Kṛṣṇa, let's say you are a devotee, and after 10 years, if you have this question still in your mind, it means you're still not convinced that you are on the right path, right? Because, temporary, end of the day, they may get some happiness, they get that happiness which is temporary. And they don't know what are they aiming for, or what they will be in next life. Okay, they don't know any of them. But in ISKCON, I don't know about others, but here people feel, oh, we are doing so many tapasyas, but we are the one who really enjoy so many things. We have the best feast. We have every day is a festival for us. Every day in the morning we come, we see the Lord, we get so much happiness. I don't think so any devotee will complain, oh, I don't like to come to the temple, I don't like to see these devotees, I don't like to see the deities. No. So there is so much happiness which we derive as compared to what others get in the material world is not comparable, right? But yes, there will be challenges, but then Kṛṣṇa is testing us. The challenges were there for Kunti also, for Pandavas also, even Kṛṣṇa's close friends also. But that, I think that is something, we are destined to, but that is not actually going to pull us down or make us very morose, because we know that always Kṛṣṇa is there personally, will take care of us. So I don't think so that suffering really matters to us. Any other question? Okay, thank you. We stop here. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvaiva cha patitanam pavanivyo vaishnavaya namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Nitai Krishna Balaram Radha Shyam Sundar Lalita Vishaka Devi ki jai.